on something and then speaking about something else. But it's okay. So let me just tell you quickly about the League of Green Embassies, and then we'll move to really what I think more impacts all of us directly. Fundamentally, the League of Green Embassies started out as focusing on one embassy, and we now have almost 70 U.S. embassies, a number of foreign embassies, with the idea that we will address not just the issues of the built environment at the embassies, but use them rather as platforms to speak in the various host countries where all diplomats serve, to share best practices, to share best ideas, and to do exactly what's happening here, and that is to create partnerships. Because these are not problems that we solve by ourselves. These are problems we only solve in conversation when we work with each other. And so, League of Green Embassies now, as I say, about 70 U.S. embassies. We hope to be at 100 by the end of the year, and we've been going out to the embassies of other countries as well to both enhance what we do in our campuses, inside our walls, but also to be in conversation and to, in fact, implement beyond our four walls. Okay, having said that, why does the League matter? Let's get to this. The future is not a fixed idea. It's a reflection of the values of those who are imagining it, which is you. Which is you. The future is not a fixed idea. It's rather a reflection of the values of those who are imagining it. Prediction is very difficult, especially about the future. I didn't say that to Niels Bohr, great physicist. Here's one. You know this device? True quote. Americans have need of a telephone, we do not. We have plenty of messenger boys. 1878, through William Pierce, British Post Office, chief engineer. The future is framed by the vision of those who are creating. The head of IBM, Thomas Watson, I think there is a world market for maybe 5 computers. You can see that, that's 1943. Here's another vision of the future. You know this guy, right? This is what he said. Not the slightest indication nuclear energy will ever be obtainable. It would mean the atom would have to be shattered at will. This is not a dumb guy. But he had a vision of the future which framed him. Now this guy you may not know, there was a big computer company called DEC. There is no reason anyone would want a computer in their home. DEC was a big competitor to IBM. They are now out of business. This was the founder and the president. No reason you would ever want one in your home, let alone in the palm of your hand, right? Never. Not someone you'd be familiar with. This is a former U.S. President, Grover Cleveland, who said this: sensible and responsible women do not want to vote. What is the future is framed by the visions that you have of it. It is not a fixed reality. So, the most successful path to inventing the future is stop trying to reinvent the present. Stop trying to invent what you have. Because if that's what you do, you will not end up with a future. You know, it's time to stop stringing telephone poles with wires, right? We're past that. You won't find many shops that fix typewriters anymore. What you are doing, whether it's in stem cells, engineering materials, energy design, smart grids, it doesn't matter. It is the power that you have right now is to invent the future. But do not invent the present. We've already done that. And the truth is, we have not done a particularly good job. Right? So, you have a great charge here. So, the challenge. I don't know what that was, but I kind of like that graphic. 1888, burn coal. 2009, burn coal. Right? I don't see much future in that. Here's another one. A 1785 home runs on fossil fuel. 2009 home runs on fossil fuel. What's happening? People have been reinventing the past. They've been told, let's put a new coat of paint on the past. That's not the future. When you think about, a good example could be the mobile phone. Everybody here have a mobile phone of some sort? Okay. When they first came up with cellular communications, really what they were thinking about was the idea that you could cut the cord so that instead of having to stand by the wall to call your mother, you could stand over here and call your mother. They had it wrong. One of the biggest consulting firms in America, McKinsey and Company, when Nokia, the Finnish firm that for many years has dominated the cellular business, when they were thinking about getting in the business, they formerly made tires and rubber boots. They were told that the world market for cell phones was about 50,000 units. That was it. So what was happening was someone had the new technology, but what they were applying was the thinking of the past. They thought about what phones meant in the old day. Hello, have a nice day, talk to you tomorrow, click. They didn't see online commerce. They didn't see a GPS. They didn't see the energy challenge, the climate change challenge is not about waiting for somebody else to act. It's about us, all of us acting today. These will pay out in a very few number of years. We think we're roughly around 3 years to 4 years in our savings cost to pay for these, and the savings go on and on, and the impact environmentally goes on and on, positive. And what would be great, this is just the beginning of our relamping and the reconstruction here at this embassy, but it's not about just what we do inside our walls. It's about how this goes from here to there. So instead of a sodium vapor lamp like that in the city streets, to something like this. The opportunity is tremendous. The bottom line is, this is where we all can go right now. This is not about waiting. It's about what we do right now today. Just on our perimeter lighting, we will reduce our carbon footprint by 6.4 metric tons of CO2 every year. This is just a first step. Does anybody here feel that their life has been diminished because the lights were turned off? Probably not. Anyway, so at Embassy Helsinki, we did that. LEDs revolutionized lighting. People think about lighting different ways because you can direct light as opposed to deal with light that bounces around in funny ways. It's a solution that's at hand. Almost 20% of your electrical problem has to do with lighting, most of it's waste.